Good evening and welcome to Capital News at 9:30. My name is Frank Morandi. First, the national news. President Jakaya Kikwete has declared that no one can be mandated to form a constitutional review commission for the process of a new constitution other than the presidency. Here are the details.
Reforms have been carried out following recommendations by commissions appointed by presidents of respective phase governments. President Kikwete was addressing the nation through elders of Dar es Salaam, during which he cited respective commissions appointed to review constitutions to make the necessary amendments. His statement came as the National Assembly approved the controversial new Constitutional Review Act 2011, under which a Constitutional Review Commission will be formed to start the process of collecting and coordinating public views on the new Constitution. Earlier in his speech, the President also spoke on worsening world economic situation, particularly following debt crisis facing European countries, which can lead to another recession. He said as a result, like most East African countries, Tanzania, apart from the power crisis, has been facing increased inflation following devaluation of the shilling and high fuel and food prices.
The National Assembly has approved the controversial new Constitutional Review Act 2011, under which a Constitutional Review Commission will be formed to start the process of collecting and coordinating public views on the new Constitution. Here's the report.
The President and debate effective 31st of next month was boycotted by main opposition Chadema party members of Parliament and some legislators of NCCR Mageuzi party. The court was in protest against tabling off the bill for the second reading, arguing that since the bill was earlier rejected, then it should have been tabled before the House for the first reading. However, winding up debate of the bill, movers of the motion, both the Minister for Constitutional Affairs and Justice Selina Kombani and Attorney General Frederick Wambani and Attorney General Frederick of the bill for the second reading. They said the bill followed all procedures and was presented before the August House for the second reading according to parliamentary standing orders, including its public hearings, including Parliamentary Committee on Constitutional, Legal and Public Administration.
Despite deliberate sensitization for female students to pursue science subjects at different levels, women in Tanzania still lag behind, as research shows only 10% of engineering students were females. Here's more on the story.
Speaking today in Dar es Salaam, Chairman of the Management Board of GS1 Tanzania, Eli Bakari Mari, said in addition to providing unique identification numbers, the GS1 system provides for supplementary information, best before dates, serial numbers, and batch numbers, which can appear in barcode symbol form.
The barcodes normally indicate where are the products, the country of origin of the products. So by having the barcodes from Tanzania, this means you are promoting the products from your country. But the second again, the barcodes to carry the standard of that certain products.
The Director General of Tanzania Industrial Research and Development Organization, Dr. Asifa Nyanyaro, says the GS1 system works by creating a system that eases identification and tracking of products from their country of origin.
We can now sell our products and with a clear origin, which is number 620, which shows that the products come from Tanzania. Now, this is very critical to catch the market, to retain the market, and expand the market.
The board has started, the barcodes are there, and our products won't be the first one to be taken in the supermarkets, in the regional market, in the international market, if we don't have the barcodes, the TBS market.
Tanzania becomes the latest African country to acquire its very own barcode and inventory and asset management services technology that sets uniform labeling standards for products. Here are the details.
Speaking today in Dar es Salaam, Chairman of the Management Board of GS1 Tanzania, Eli Bakari Mari, said in addition to providing unique identification numbers, the GS1 system provides for supplementary information, best before dates, serial numbers, and batch numbers, which can appear in barcode symbol form.
The barcodes normally indicate where are the products the country of origin of the products. So by having the barcodes from Tanzania, this means you are promoting the products from your country. But the second again, the barcodes to carry the standard of that certain products.
The Director General of Tanzania Industrial Research and Development Organization, Dr. Asifa Nyanyaro, says the GS1 system works by creating a system that eases identification and tracking of products from their country of origin.
We can now sell our products and with a clear origin, which is number 620, which shows that the products come from Tanzania. Now, this is very critical to catch the market, to retain the market, and expand the market.
The board has started, the barcodes are there, and our products won't be the first one to be taken in the supermarkets, in the regional market, in the international market, if we don't have the barcodes, the TBS mark, and all those things. And it's very simple to get it. So I tell all the women, come, get your barcodes.
Despite deliberate sensitization for female students to pursue science subjects at different levels, women in Tanzania still lag behind, as research shows only 10% of engineering students were females. Here's more on the story.
Executive Secretary of Tanzania National Commission of United Nations Education, Science and Culture Organization, UNESCO, Professor Elizabeth Kiondo, says through the Women in Science and Technology Forum, Tanzania is determined to reduce the gap by encouraging girls to take science subjects from grassroots level.
The main objectives of the group are to promote STEM education and training for STI-based careers for girls and women at all levels, to support participation of women in STI-based careers at the workplace, to enhance the participation of women in STEM education and STI-based careers at the community level, to foster Tanzania women participation in STI at the international level.
The Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Community Development, Gender and Children, Kijakazi Mtengwa, says culture and traditional norms were among factors which contributed to female students not to pursue science subjects.
To establish the Women in Science Reference Group for Tanzania, we have to take the pool of women scientists in our country, which keeps on increasing, albeit at a very slow speed.
Morogoro Regional Commissioner Joel Bendera has warned villagers owning land in the region to be alert following a resurgence of unscrupulous investors. Here's the report.
He says the so-called investors were manipulating people to get tracts of land for investment without following laid-down procedures and causing environmental degradation under the pretext of expanding farms. Speaking to stakeholders of Tanzania Community Forest Conservation Network, Mjimta, Mr. Bendera said in villages any investment must be decided by Village General Assembly and not otherwise. Stakeholders said they'll still face several challenges, including failure to control environment degradation due to tree cutting for charcoal and destruction of forests and water sources.
Our Regional Defense and Security Committee has agreed to remove all barriers along Sirari-Mwanza Highway, which have been an obstacle to traders from both Tanzania and Kenya using the Sirari border post. Here are the details.
The statement was issued by the new Mara Regional Commissioner John Tupa, who said action will be taken against members of the police force alleged to be using checkpoints along highways to perpetrate acts of corruption. He was speaking to leaders of Tanzania Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture in Mara region as part of his familiarization tour of institutions in the region. TCCIA Mara Regional Vice Chairman Raymond Malima said police have been a menace along Sirari-Mwanza Highway by setting up many checkpoints which have been causing inconvenience to members of the business community.
Tanzania has been forced to use long-serving workers in hotels industry, including retirees, to form a panel which will categorize hotels into 5 grades under international standards according to quality of their services. Here are the details.
The statement was made by Director, Productive and Social Sector, East African Community EAC Secretariat, Dr. Nyamajeje Wegoro, during a special stakeholders meeting of tourism and hotels organized by Vocational Education and Training Authority VETA. Exercise has already started in all 5 member states of the East African Community and clarified that the move to use experienced hoteliers was an emergency case, while curriculum on grading hotels was being prepared in universities.
A local non-governmental organization, Wanawake na Maendeleo, WAMA, has rolled out a project that seeks to assist most vulnerable children in 25 districts in the coastal region of the country. Speaking today in Dar es Salaam, the organization's executive secretary, Daudi Nasib, said the project will run for 5 years.
We believe that if everybody in Tanzania fulfills their obligation and responsibility for the care of children, no child will walk naked, no child will not go to school because of funds. So we want to develop a strategy involving private sector at the national level, at the local level, for a sustainable program of caring for vulnerable children.
In this project, we are working in the coast zone, which is covering 4 regions: Dar es Salaam, 3 districts, Morogoro region, 6 districts, and coastal region, which is covering 6 districts, and Zanzibar, which will mean Pemba and Unguja, 10 districts.
A health consultancy company, Wellness Services Tanzania Limited, says that employers in the country can improve profitability of the companies, organizations and agencies when employees' problems are resolved. Here's more on the story.
Speaking in Dar es Salaam, the company's managing director, David Fink, said companies with employees' wellness program tend to record not only healthier profits, but also healthier lifestyle among its employees.
So what employee wellness is trying to do is be a workplace-based program that assists employees with their personal problems so that their personal problems are resolved and the company has less problem at work with their workforce. So the workers are happier and they are more productive.
Head of Non-Communicable Diseases, Mental Health and Substance Abuse Section at the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Joseph Mbatia, said employees' wellness program enables employees to improve their efficiency.
Here you have a service which aims to improve the efficiency of employees by having access to good quality counseling services which help employees solve some of their relationship problems, some of their work-related stress is managed better through counseling.
And that's the end of the national news. Africa News is next after this break.